With the latest from the newsroom, I'm Corey Fink. The steering committee met last night at the Little Falls Community High School for the seventh and final time. The estimate for the referendum the group is trying to bring before the voters of the Little Falls School District is less now than when compared to estimates the last time the group met in January. On January 26th, the total cost was estimated at $38,659,637. Then last night's meeting, it was estimated at $35,814,962. It's a reduction of roughly $2,845,000. Most of the cost is associated with deferred maintenance at each of the 5 schools in the district. An additional $13,329,000 would be needed for a Fieldhouse Community Services addition to be built onto the existing high school. The steering committee's recommendation of what is covered in this potential referendum would go to the school board for their approval at their next board meeting, which, because of President's Day on Monday, comes up a week from tonight. The board would decide the language of the referendum question or questions, and also if it would be covered by one question or have parts voted on separately. For example, it could all be lumped together or a separate vote for the field house and the deferred maintenance. After that, it would have to be signed off by the Department of Education. If the potential referendum receives approval from each of those two bodies, it would be presented to the voters of the Little Falls School District for a voter referendum on May 19th. For information, call the Little Falls School Superintendent Stephen Jones at 632-2002, 632-2002. A motion for convening of a grand jury was made in the criminal case against Tyler Cronquist, one of 2 Brainerd men charged in the Juniper Street shootings on January 4th that killed Joseph Kroll of Brainerd and seriously injured Chelsea Crawford of Brainerd. Cronquist appeared in court yesterday for an omnibus hearing, and his public defender asked the judge to continue the hearing for 45 days, which the prosecutors agreed to. It will continue on April 6th. Crow Wing County Attorney Don Ryan stated he had filed a motion for a grand jury to consider charges of first-degree murder in the case. Cronquist is currently charged with second-degree murder with intent and remain jailed in Crow Wing County. 26-year-old Nathan Becker was charged with aiding and abetting Cronquist. Becker has yet to make his initial court appearance in Brainerd. 34-year-old Robert Thomas Croteau of Anoka was sentenced to 22 months in prison yesterday morning in Little Falls. A Morrison County jury found Croteau guilty of fleeing a peace officer in a motor vehicle on January 27th. Assistant Morrison County Attorney Todd Kosovich asked the judge, Conrad Freeberg, to sentence Croteau to the top of the sentencing guideline range due to Croteau's multiple felony convictions, including a prior fleeing in a motor vehicle. Judge Freeberg pronounced the maximum 22-month sentence yesterday morning in Little Falls. The Pierce School Board appointed Robert Litke of Harding to fill the unexpired term of Mike Wilson, who was elected District 4 Morrison County Commissioner in November. Litke joins Colleen Seelan, Patty Stengel, Steve Bozer, Dean Vernig, and Joanne Brashofsky on the 6-member Pierce Public School Board. His term will expire in January of 2017. Litke was one of 3 candidates to submit a letter of interest and to be interviewed for the post. The other 2 were district residents Mark Hoheisel and Eric Hannikin. News, weather, sports, and other information online at fallsradio.com. That's the latest from the news.